WCBI News at 10 starts now.
There's new information tonight about a man who's been missing now for 4 days. 36-year-old Antoine Harris. The company he works for, Corporate Dining Concepts, says he was driving a company van this past weekend. The Mississippi Highway Patrol found that van Wednesday, but no one has reported seeing Harris. Our Quentin Smith was able to speak with his mother tonight. His mother, Carol Harris, says that these past few days without her son, they've been long, that she's been sad for the last couple of days. Says that she hasn't been sleeping well either, knowing that her son is missing. She says she's heard stories on our newscasts at WCBI about people coming up missing, but she just never thought that it would happen to her family. Here's Quentin's story.
I'm feeling kind of sad right now because my son is missing and I haven't seen him since Sunday.
Carol Harris says these last few days without her son, Antoine Harris, has been nothing but a nightmare.
I'm trying to hang on and laugh and stuff. You know, I tried to go to work today. I went for a little while, then I had to leave because I couldn't stay because he was on my mind. So it's hard right now. I just want to see my son again.
The mother says she first received the devastating news about her son on Tuesday. An employee at the company Harris works for, Corporate Dining Concepts, was the first to report the 36-year-old missing.
He was supposed to go to work Monday, and he never delivered the goods to the people that was supposed to get delivered to. That's how he know that he came up missing, because he never got to the place, his destination he's supposed to be going to.
The van that Harris was driving to deliver those goods was found abandoned in Waynesboro, Mississippi, along a route in Northport and Cottondale, Alabama. The Columbus Police Department says Harris's cell phone last pinged right outside of Waynesboro.
I know God's going to take care of me, but it's just really hard, not to see my son again.
Now, the family is just trying to remain strong as they hope for a positive outcome. Harris recalls the last conversation she had with her son.
He said, "I love you, Mom," and I said, "I love you too." He always said, "I love you, Mom," and I said, "I love you too." Words
that she's anxiously waiting to greet him with the next time she sees him.
He was a real nice, fun, loving guy. He had me laughing and stuff. If anybody see Antoine Harris, to let me know, get in touch with me or the Columbus Police Department or anybody that's his relative. Just let somebody know that you've seen him. I just want to know that he's okay.
Police are still investigating this. Quentin, thank you. If anyone has any information on where Harris could be tonight or in the future, you're asked to contact the Columbus Police Department. An update now to a story we first brought you last night. Police now know where a child is who was reported missing in Columbus. Columbus police say the mother of five-month-old Colton Ray Harris says he's at his grandparents' Memphis home. Officers there confirm the boy is with family members. Investigators say Donna Morton, in the photo on the right there, that she's a friend of the child's mother. CPD was told Morton took Harris to Tennessee without the mother's permission. New at 10 tonight, Calhoun County deputies say a meth dealer who used video surveillance is in jail tonight. 52-year-old Robert Earl Knox is facing multiple charges now. They include 1 count each of selling meth and having meth with the intent to sell. Sheriff Greg Pollan says Knox also faces 2 counts of felony weapon possession, 1 count of contribution to the delinquency of a minor, and having beer in a dry county. Deputies seized nearly $500, more than 11 grams of ice, a pure form of meth. You can see some of that there along with the cash. They also seized a rifle, and you just saw the pistol there. Pollan says the bust happened on County Road 311 in the Gawley community. Knox's underage daughter was living at the house, and they found surveillance equipment there. The Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, along with wildlife and fisheries conservation officers, assisted in that bust. A man wanted in our area crashed a stolen car into a police cruiser today in Pearl. This is Kelsey Heron Jr. His car that he was driving that was stolen, it's that white SUV there. This is on I-20. Richland police arrested him. They added a stolen vehicle charge. He's wanted for stealing property valued at around $250,000. Investigators say he's involved in a bunch of burglaries in different counties. Our Victoria Bailey was at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office when they heard about that arrest. She has this story.
Well, you know, it's a relief now because, like I said, this has been, 6 days around the clock.
Calhoun County Sheriff Greg Pollen has been working tirelessly to get Kelsey Arnold Herring Jr. off the streets.
I got a message from the United States Marshal Service that they just apprehended him in Rankin County. A tag reader that's placed around the state, it tripped a tag reader. The units there in Rankin County got into a pursuit with him. He crashed on the side of the road.
Investigators believe Herring has raked in close to $250,000 worth of stolen property, and they believe he committed burglary in multiple counties across the state.
So we've had to coordinate with other jurisdictions in the southern part of the state. Several here in the northern part of the state this morning are having interest in him. He has warrants out from 5 different agencies, including the Mississippi Department of Corrections.
And may have had some accomplices.
Well, you know, considering what he was doing and the ones that have been helping him do that, you know, they've literally been a menace to our counties for going on a couple months now. We've had several items stolen on the western side of our county. On the eastern side of Yalobusha County, they've just been going back and forth across the county line.
Pollen says getting people like Herring off the street takes a team effort.
U.S. Marshals has been a great asset for us. They've been doing phone records and that kind of stuff. MBI, Yalobusha County Sheriff's Office has been great.
Victoria, thank you. Herring could face felony charges from running from law enforcement for that. All right, Keith Gibson is in with us tonight. Keith, how's the weather looking?
Well, Tommy, right now the showers really have moved off to our southeast. Just a few blips around here, maybe an isolated shower going forward, but all the heavy moisture is done. We're cool, and we stay cool on Friday. Here's our Friday forecast. Maybe an isolated shower early, but the clouds will be thinning out as the day goes on. Highs primarily in the 40s, upper 40s south, mid-40s farther to the north. And you can see the clouds start to thin out as the day goes on Friday. So you're going to wake up to a lot of cloud cover, but we should see some sun by the end of the day. Saturday's looking nice, but some showers may return Sunday. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you. A bill that would combine 2 school administrations in Chickasaw County moved forward this afternoon. It passed the Senate today with no discussion. It would mean Houston and Holka schools would consolidate their school boards and their central offices. The bill would put a new superintendent in place. It would take effect in the summer of 2019. The bill is now going to move to the House. It does not mention any changes for the Okolona school districts. And a bill passes the House Wednesday that would enforce taxes on internet sales in Mississippi. 70% of the money would go to the state for road and bridge work. Researchers for the College Board estimated earlier this month that the state was losing out on more than $100 million. That's from sales tax revenue from online sales. Transportation officials have said that they need at least $500 million for road repairs. And Transportation Commissioner Mike Taggart held a news conference today in Tupelo. He's asking lawmakers to find more money to pay for those repairs. He says it's a public safety concern. He also says it's an issue for economic development.
But we do need additional funding, and it's a very tough job. I recognize that. But we want the legislature and our leadership to recognize what an investment good roads and bridges are within our state.
Lawmakers have talked about cutting the transportation budget by $50 million and giving that money to counties and cities. Former Columbus Mayor Jimmy Fannin passed away Wednesday night. He was 82 years old. According to a city spokesman, Fannin died fighting a lengthy illness. He was the mayor of Columbus from 1993 to 97. He was also a Justice Court judge for many years. Nan Lott remembers him fondly. She was on the city council when he was mayor.
Jimmy was a public servant, a true public servant. He liked to fix things. I just remember his smile, and he always was kidding somebody about something, you know. But he was a nice, really nice man.
Visitation will be Friday morning at 10 at Fairview Baptist Church. The funeral will follow at 11 o'clock.
Down to 39 in Starkville right now, and we will all stay chilly tonight. Your full forecast is coming up next.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Lots of cloud cover tomorrow morning on your Friday in Tupelo, 8 o'clock, 36 degrees as we get into the noon hour, 44. Notice how those clouds begin to thin out, and by the afternoon, mid-40s for you. Some spots will be a little bit warmer, some spots maybe a little bit cooler. Now today, this is how it looked in Columbus. This evening, some of those showers moving on through, a lot of cloud cover all day long, and some spots did see a decent downpour or two today. Generally speaking, though, the rainfall, about a half inch or less, you can see all of that is completely done for the most part. We have a few isolated showers, maybe a few sprinkles here tonight, but the good stuff is now done. And like I just mentioned, about a half inch or less. The biggest stripe right along the US 82 corridor, not too much farther north and not really a lot farther south. Now, 1 year ago today, we had a tornado outbreak, 9 of them in the region. They all started out down here near Newton, and these storms rumbled to the northeast and got into our viewing area, Noxubee County, Pickens County, Alabama, even into Lamar County as well. So that's what we had 1 year ago today. But today, nothing like that. That's certainly good news. 40 to 45 degrees for the most part in our neck of the woods, but some spots already into the upper 30s, some spots down south still well into the 60s, and the temperature change pretty significant relative to where we were yesterday. Those winds are still with us, so the wind chill now down into the mid to upper 30s. Our forecast lows for tonight into the low and mid 30s across the northern tier of the area, upper 30s to around 40 in our southern counties. And here's our forecast for Friday. We're looking at 45 in Boonville, 47 in Tupelo, maybe only 44 in Oxford, 47 in Aberdeen and West Point, Ackerman and Louisville, 49 in Columbus, and into the upper 40s for you, 49 in Vernon, 48 in Sullivan there in West Alabama. You can see that system pulling away. Now Friday's going to be fairly quiet for us. Our winds become southerly starting Saturday, and that will usher in a chance for a few showers as we get into your Sunday. So can't rule out some of that rain on Sunday, and also into Monday too with this warm air coming on in. Now, we really get warm early next week. We're talking low 70s again. Hard to believe, still more 70s in the forecast. Seems like we haven't had a 70 this winter without a 70 on that map. But our best chance for rain here will be Tuesday. And there's your 70 forecast.
A groundhog says 6 more weeks of winter, but we haven't really had 6 weeks of winter this
winter.
No,
we haven't had hardly 6 days at this point. And, today's cool, tomorrow's going to be cool, tomorrow night below freezing, and then we warm up again.
Right, just not consistent. That warm-up really coming early next week.
And a lot of folks want this cold air to last, and they just got bad news all the time.
All right. Keith, thank you very much. A familiar face is returning to an area school. Robbie has the details coming up tonight. Stay with us.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Tommy Lopez.
Tonight on our Health Talk with Baptist segment, we look again at how pain assessment is important for potential prescribed opioid use.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keith McCoy, and I'm a part of your emergency department team at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. In our final segment on the opioid epidemic, we will discuss your local emergency department's approach to this nationwide problem. On average, 90% of patients presenting for emergency care are experiencing some type of pain. In the emergency department, we strive to partner with our patients to provide the safest, highest quality care. To achieve these goals, your healthcare provider will assess the cause of your pain through a collection of your history, performing an appropriate physical exam and indicated diagnostic test, assess your pain level and provide individualized pain relief to the best of our ability, and review your history of opioid prescriptions using the State Prescription Drug Monitoring Program. Opioid pain relief in the acute setting is proven safe and effective within certain parameters. Individuals experiencing new acute pain can expect to be provided with a 3-day supply of pain-relieving medication at the provider's discretion. These prescribing practices are directly aligned with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's recommendations because we know long-term opioid abuse often begins with the treatment of acute pain. Healthcare providers also realize that the lowest effective dose of opioid medications prescribed for the shortest duration is most appropriate for acute pain. As always, we at Baptist are committed to being a partner with the community. Together, we can effectively address and diminish the opioid epidemic and manage acute pain. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Coming up, Mississippi State looks to keep pace with South Carolina in the SEC tonight. Highlights of the Bulldogs game at Auburn is next in sports.
Here's WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe.
Dan Mullen has almost completed the openings on his coaching staff. He's landed a big name for his new safeties coach. Ron English comes over to join the defensive staff at Mississippi State. Now, most recently, English was the defensive coordinator at San Jose State. He's known for being the defensive coordinator at Michigan in the mid-2000s. Was a head coach at Eastern Michigan for a time as well. He's coached DBs and safeties at 4 other stops in his career, so he definitely knows what he's doing. Hey, speaking of Mississippi State, Hail State Hoops on the Plains tonight, taking on Auburn. And boy, having Dominique Dillingham hitting threes, this has been a game changer for MSU. She's known as a lockdown defender, but she's got that perimeter shot going. She gets the triple right there. But Chinwe Okorie, though, was the force inside in the first half. Some nice tic-tac-toe passing past the defense. Okorie gets the basket plus the foul. She had 16 first-half points for MSU. The lead would continue to grow in the first quarter. Here before the end of the quarter, Blair Schaefer somehow throws one up and puts it in. The buzzer-beating Bulldogs again get a basket before the horn. 26-9 lead after one for MSU. Second quarter, Victoria Vivian starts getting hot. When you're playing zone, you can leave good shooters open, and Auburn did that all night tonight. Another triple right there for Vivians. MSU led by as many as 21 in the second quarter. Auburn would make a run, but another buzzer-beating Bulldog basket. That's quite an alliteration. Ro Johnson from the corner with the three at the buzzer. MSU led 39-24 at the half. Third quarter, Vivians would get the ball here. Now, again, you see the lead is down to single digits, but this is when MSU would really turn it on. Nice swipe through there from Vivians for the coast-to-coast bucket. And then before the end of the quarter, Morgan Williams has a three of her own. Bulldogs led 56-42 after three. They'd go on a 29-5 run to end the game, and they win 77-47. They're now 22-1 overall, 8-1 in the SEC, and they got Missouri coming to Starkville this weekend. Well, the high school football, big coaching news from one of our area openings. East Webster has approved Ron Price as the school's new head football coach as he takes over for Doug Wilson, who stepped down last month. Price has spent the last 2 seasons as offensive coordinator at Itawamba AHS. Before arriving in Fulton, he's well-known. Price was the head coach at New Albany for 7 seasons, leading the Bulldogs to their best season in school history in 2010 when they went 13-1 and made the 4A North Half semifinals. Speaking of high school football, over to Amory now. This evening, the Amory Panthers held the first ever Panther Gala benefit. The community welcomed 2 former members of the Amory football tradition. Will Hall and father Bobby Hall returned to Amory to speak to those who attended tonight's gala. Will was the starting quarterback of that 98 undefeated season with the state championship win, and father Bobby was the head coach at the Crib of Pain. Will recently became the new offensive coordinator at Louisiana Lafayette, while Bobby just finished his 2nd season coaching at Biloxi. That's 39th season as a head coach. And we saw plenty of WCBI highlights on the highlight video that they showed this evening. Both Will and Bobby were excited to be back at Amory for the festivities tonight.
Just a special place to me, obviously impacted my life in so many ways. So many special people in this town. It's great that Alan is back here and coaching and got the program going so well again, because Amory's one of those towns that, when the football program's winning and playing well, it just injects pride in the whole community, and you can really tell that pride's back.
I'm so honored. So many fond memories here. We've had so much success, and God has continued to bless me and my family, and I'm so grateful. But this is just an awesome, awesome thing, and I'm just so honored to be here.
Great to see them back. And Bobby's doing big things on the coast with Biloxi. No surprise. That's it for sports. Last look at your forecast coming up.
Students at Tupelo High School get a chance to hone their interview skills today. Mayor Jason Shelton was a guest on this show, produced by a video production class that's at Tupelo Christian Preparatory School. In this studio, students do all their own work. They run the cameras, they ask all the questions there, make sure the production went smoothly too.
One, interview techniques, but two, that they get comfortable talking to people of authority, people that are in leadership, and not being afraid to ask those questions that they want to know about their future.
This could help you in the future if you decide to make a career out of this, so you know what to do.
We'd like some of that equipment. Segment is called TCPS Talent Talk. It can be seen online. Keith.
Hey, you know what? Weather-wise for tomorrow, we stay chilly in Tupelo and everywhere else. We're in the 40s, 54 Saturday. Now, tomorrow night's chilly. We are below freezing, 60 Sunday, though. So a quick rebound. Could be a few showers as we close out the weekend. And early next week, Tommy, once again, we've got some 70s in the forecast and about 73 Tuesday. Some of those storms on Tuesday could be strong. We'll just reevaluate as we get closer.
Yeah, just a couple of more days of some somewhat to moderately cold weather, then 70 on Monday.
It is chilly out there tonight, so obviously it's a little shock to the system. But it is winter, by the way.
Right, it is. We forget that sometimes.
Yes.
All right, Keith, thank you. Have a great night. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next.